In the frozen shadows of the last ice age, long before the rise of kingdoms or the carving of civilizations, Earth belonged to giants, massive roaring forces of muscle and bone that shaped the destiny of every creature around them. Among these rulers, none were more mysterious, more intimidating, or more deeply feared than the cave bears. Towering over early humans, dominating entire mountain ranges, and guarding their cold, echoing dens like ancient kings, cave bears were not just animals. They were prehistoric legends, forces of nature that even the bravest hunters whispered about in fear. Imagine a creature standing on its hind legs over 10 feet tall, its roar vibrating through narrow canyons, its paws heavy enough to crush bone, its temper unpredictable as the winter storms. To early humans, they were not predators to be hunted. They were earthquakes wrapped in fur, something to be avoided, respected, and feared. And yet, as humans spread deeper into Europe's frozen highlands, the paths of man and beast crossed in ways that would shape the survival of both. Our story begins in a narrow valley, where wind howls through icy cliffs and snow collects in deep drifts. Early human tribes, driven by hunger and harsh climates, push farther into territories once ruled solely by animals. Fire crackles in their crude torches as they explore mountain caves, not knowing that these caves hold the dens of one of Earth's largest ever bears. For hundreds of thousands of years, cave bears returned to the same caverns generation after generation. Leaving behind skulls, claw marks, and the scars of their battles, these caves were not just shelters, they were their ancestral thrones. Deep inside one such cavern, a giant cave bear slumbers, her thick fur rising and falling like a tide. She is pregnant, ready to bring new life into a world of ice and danger. She has survived winters that buried forests, faced predators that stalked the shadows, and fought rival males whose strength matched hers. Outside the cave, wolves roam, mammoths move like silent mountains, and early humans make campfires that flicker weakly in the cold. But inside this cave is a kingdom she alone rules. Yet something is changing. Scent of smoke drifts through the air. Human footsteps crunch on the snow outside. The world of the cave bears is shrinking, slowly, silently, as another predator's mauler. But armed with fire and strategy, steps deeper into their territory. Humans need shelters that block the wind, protect precious children, and offer refuge from giant cats in the relentless cold. Caves are perfect, but they are already claimed by something much larger. One freezing evening, a band of early humans approaches the cave. Their leader, a scarred man named Herok, carries a stone-tipped spear. Behind him, a group of foragers, children, and elders shiver beneath animal skins. They have seen signs of the cave bear claw marks as wide as a man's hand carved into trees, massive paw prints in the snow, and a musky scent that makes their hearts pound. Still, they are desperate. Their last shelter was destroyed by a storm, and wolves stalk their camp at night. They need this cave, but claiming it means facing a creature they consider a living spirit of the mountains. As the humans gather near the entrance, Herok motions for silence. He places his ear to the cold stone floor, feeling for vibrations. The ground is still. They think the cave is empty. He lifts his torch and steps inside. The cave bear opens her eyes. What follows is one of the most dramatic and dangerous encounters of the prehistoric world. Humans and cave bears locked in a silent battle over shelter, territory, and survival. The cave bear stands, her massive form filling the darkness like a moving wall. The humans freeze, their torches flickering, their breath turning to mist. The air feels electric, charged with a tension that needs only a single sound to explode. Then the roar comes deep, thunderous, shaking dust from the ceiling. Horak's group stumbles backwards, scrambling for the exit. The bear charges, her claws gouging the earth, her teeth bared. Outside, snow flies as the humans scatter. The bear stops at the entrance, unwilling to leave the warmth of her den, but determined to defend it. She roars again, a warning older than human memory. The humans regroup by the tree line, shaken but alive. Herok studies the cave from afar, realizing something important. Direct confrontation will kill them all. They cannot overpower a cave bear, no matter how many spears they carry. But humans have one advantage: intelligent strategy. Over the next days, they watch the cave, learning the bear's habits. They discover that she leaves the den occasionally to forage. For a brief window, the cave is empty. And so, using fire and smoke, they plan to claim the cave without ever fighting the bear face to face. But survival is not one-sided. The cave bear is also fighting for her life. Food is scarce. Winters are long. Rival males threaten her unborn cubs. She senses the growing presence of humans and knows they bring danger. She marks the trees around her territory, roars more often, and becomes restless. For her, humans are unpredictable threats creatures who use tools and fire in ways no animal understands. One morning, while snow falls softly, the cave bear ventures out to search for roots buried beneath frozen soil. The humans seize their chance. Carrying burning branches, they rush into the cave and begin smoking at piling grass, moss, and damp leaves to create thick, choking clouds. They want to make the cave unbearable for the bear, forcing her to abandon it permanently. But they miscalculate. The cave bear returns faster than expected. Her silhouette appears in the entrance like a moving mountain. Smoke billows against her fur as she roars furiously. Herrick shouts for the group to retreat, but the cave's narrow entrance becomes a bottleneck. Panic erupts. Humans collide, children scream, and spears fall to the ground. The bear charges through the smoke, her eyes wild, her body driven by instinct and fear. This time, there is no avoiding the confrontation. Herrick thrusts his spear forward, hitting the bear's shoulder. She roars and swipes, sending him flying into the cave wall. Bones crack, blood splatters on the stones. Another hunter throws a burning torch at her face. She rears back in pain, giving the group a crucial moment to escape. Outside, the humans drag the wounded Herrick away, their breath trembling in the icy air. The bear retreats back into the cave, injured but victorious. But victory has a price. The smoke clings to her lungs. Spear wound bleeds slowly. She limps deeper into the cave, exhaustion overcoming her. Days pass. The humans do not return. The bear grows weaker. Winter tightens its grip, and food becomes even harder to find. When her cubs are finally born, they are small and frail. She tries to nurse them, pulling them close to her warm fur, but her body cannot produce enough milk. One by one, they weaken. Outside, the humans wait for signs of the bear. They notice fewer tracks in the snow. Eventually, they discover her body lying still near the cave entrance, her cubs curled against her, unmoving. For a moment, the humans stand silently, a mix of triumph and sorrow passing over them. They did not want to kill her, they only wanted shelter. But survival in this world leaves little room for mercy. They claim the cave. Over generations, more humans follow, using caves once ruled by bears. Slowly, cave bears lose their territories, their breeding grounds, and their ancestral dens. Changing climate, scarcity of food, and the relentless pressure of humans drive them toward extinction. The giants who once stood over 10 feet tall, who challenged humans for survival, fade into memories and bones scattered across Europe's caves. Yet the story of cave bears is not one of defeat. It is a reminder of a time when humans were not the dominant species, when nature towered over them, and survival depended on courage, intelligence, and an unbreakable will. It reminds us of battles fought in silent valleys, of firelight dancing on cave walls, of the deep roars that once echoed across frozen mountains. And somewhere in those ancient caves, beneath layers of dust and stone, the spirit of the cave bear remains. Giant who once ruled the Ice Age, a forgotten king of the mountains, and a haunting reminder of the beasts our ancestors once feared.